We're going to Banana Beach Club today. It's an island off the coast of Phuket. Traveling is one of the best things that you can do for your own personal growth. Traveling is an enriching experience. It's an investment that you make in your own self. Traveling will help you learn so many new things, right from experiencing new cuisines, traveling to new destinations, meeting new people, experiencing new cultures, and whatnot. I myself am a huge travel enthusiast. I love to visit destinations in India and internationally. So far, I've visited about 20 countries and there are so many more on my list. Well, the world is opening up once again after the pandemic restrictions are being eased a bit. On May 1st, Thailand opened its door to vaccinated Indian travelers, and me and my wife made the most of it with an amazing trip to Phuket and Koh Lanta. The crystal clear blue waters, white sand, out of this world hospitality, well-connected waterways to hop islands, breathtaking sunsets and sunrises, and experiences you can only hope to enjoy in paradise. That's Thailand. This was my third trip to Thailand, and before this, I'd visited Bangkok, Krabi, Ao Nang, Phi Phi Islands, and this time I thought to do something different, so we visited Phuket and Koh Lanta. We embarked on our trip on the May 3rd and returned to India on the May 10th. So it was a 7 nights and 8-day trip that we did to Koh Lanta and Phuket. So I thought I should share my experience with all of you so that when you're planning your next vacation, you can enjoy Thailand to the fullest. Well, this is my first ever travel vlog, so I hope you guys excuse me for any mistakes. I'm going to improve myself with time, and if you have any comments about if you find this useful or not, please do let me know in the comment section below. So grab some popcorn, sit back, relax and enjoy this video and my first ever travel vlog. I'm sure this will create an urge for you to travel, experience and get on with new adventures of life. So a few important details and checklist before you plan your trip. Number one is that vaccinated travelers can go without the RT-PCR tests or quarantine upon arriving into Thailand. Number two is that visa on arrival is available for Indian tourists and it will cost you about 2,000 Thai baht, and the conversion rate for 1 Thai baht is equivalent to 2.3 Indian rupees. Although I recommend that you take your visa beforehand to avoid long queues at the airport. Thaipass is a mandatory pre-registration platform created by Thai government. So you have to visit the website and fill in your details and upload your vaccination certificate plus passport details, and a Thaipass is generated within 24 hours of application. There is no fee for this. I'll leave a link in the description below so you can check the details. Next are your flights. Indigo and Go Air have direct flights from Delhi to Phuket and even from Mumbai to Phuket. So you need not go to Bangkok anymore. It's perfect to land in Phuket, spend a day or two there and then hop to the islands. In case you plan to take internal transfers from one island to the other, I suggest you make your bookings in advance for ferries or speedboats, as you will get your desired timings, and these ferries and speedboats are always on time with my experience. Next is planning the itinerary. What I am suggesting to you today is a 7-night and 8 days itinerary, and we broke it up into 3 parts. First being the 3 nights in Phuket, then 3 nights in Koh Lanta, and then the final night in Phuket before departure for New Delhi. Day 1. Our flight was at 6:30 AM from Delhi airport, so we had an early start. Waking up at 2:30 AM and leaving for the airport at 3:30 AM. It's always a good idea to leave a bit early for the airport because you never know about the traffic on the highway. The check-in at the airport was pretty quick. They do check the Thaipass right before you're getting your boarding pass, so it's a mandatory thing. So now once we landed in Phuket at 12:30 hours, the first thing upon landing was to get our Thaipass verification done. We had to fill up a form, go through temperature scanning and get ourselves registered with their local disease control department. Post that, we got our visa on arrival, which was about 2000 baht, and as I recommended that you should get your visa before to avoid long queues at the airport. Upon getting out of the airport, the first agenda was to get a local SIM card because I compared the rates of Indian international roaming versus the local SIM card. So an Indian operator like in Airtel offers you a 10-day package for 3600 rupees, while when you land in Phuket or Thailand, the local SIM card for 15 GB is going to cost you about 299 baht. That's almost 700 rupees, which is literally 1/5 of the cost. Next was a taxi ride from the airport to our villa, which was in south of Phuket. It cost us about 800 Thai baht. The property in Phuket we found on booking.com was called Villa Solitude. It was a magical place and a must experience in Phuket according to me. So the property had about 30 villas. It was located about 10 minutes from Central Phuket Festival Shopping Centre, 13 kilometers from Kata Beach and 16 kilometers from Caron Beach. A bit far from city attractions, but totally worth the experience. Once you're at the property, the only way to get around the property was via these buggies or small minivans. So upon arrival, we were picked up by a minivan and escorted to the reception for check-in, and we were served with an amazing local welcome drink called the Rosé. You must try it. Its taste is fantastic and so refreshing. You can even get some back with you to India. We paid about 38,000 INR for this 3-night accommodation at Villa Solitude, and I think it was a steal deal versus what they charge on a regular day in their peak season is about 90,000 rupees for a night. Since we had an early start from our home destination, we wanted to get some rest, so we decided to chill at the villa till evening and have lunch there itself. The vegetarian food we called for was really good, so no complaints. We chilled at the pool and enjoyed the sunset. In the evening, we went to Boat Avenue for dinner at this place called the Mexican. This was a bit far from our villa, which was down south, and Boat Avenue was up north, so we had to book a taxi, and we decided to try their local app like Ola or Uber, which is called Grab Taxi. First agenda of the day was to get up early and see the sunrise, and boy was it beautiful. Next, I hit the gym and did some workout to get my heartbeat up and getting ready for the day. Next was the breakfast at the Bamboo restaurant in Villa Solitude. Their food spread was pretty good, even for vegetarians, and I get away being an vegetarian. Now, in case you want to go for any island trips, I suggest that on the very first day when you land or get into your hotel, you must ask your local reception guys. They are connected with local tour operators, and you can try and book with your hotel directly, so they can explain to the tour operators about your pickup and your drop details, and I think they will get you the most feasible rates as well. So we booked our tour to Banana Beach Koh Hey Club, which was for about 2300 baht per person. Now this 2300 baht included our return transfers from the hotel to the pier, the speedboat transfers from the pier to the island. The food was included. They had about 3 different activities like snorkeling, kayaking, parasailing, even there was a huge swing that was there, that was a part of their adventure offerings. So I think it was pretty fair for the amount that they asked. Now on this day we wanted to explore Phuket and be in a little bit of tourist mode. So, but the weather was a little humid. Also it was raining because this is the rainy season in Thailand. So we decided to go for a taxi for the whole day and rented a minivan for about 8 hours. So we paid about 1800 baht for 8 hours and we had a whole minivan to ourselves. So we left our hotel at about 11 AM with our taxi that we had for the entire day, and our first stop was the Wat Chalong Temple. A beautiful architecture to see. I think it's a must experience place. It was very calm, serene, but overloaded with tourists. The big Buddha statue. It was about 10 to 15 minutes away from Wat Chalong Temple. It was a really beautiful and serene sight to see such a huge statue of Buddha situated on a mountain top and overlooking the Andaman Ocean. Our next stop was Pronthem Cape near Ravai Beach. Now this was another tourist destination to go for, you must visit this place. It's beautiful for sunsets and sunrises, mostly an Instagram spot, but must check it out. By the time we reached there, it was raining, so most of the tourists had disappeared, which was great for us. We got that place to ourselves, took our umbrellas and walked around, took a stroll. It was beautiful. We got some nice pictures and videos, as you can see. Next was the Tiger Park in Chalong. We actually reached there and decided not to go in there because we saw so much. I literally felt there was a lot of animal cruelty because tigers cannot be sitting there so calm and hugging humans and taking photographs with them. It was not their natural state. Of course, they go through a lot of training and all that jazz, but I did not feel good about going to a tiger sanctuary and getting my photo clicked for an Instagram picture. So we decided not to go there. Rather, we decided to go for an elephant sanctuary, which was more the literal wild state of elephants. They're well fed, they enjoy the waters, you can go and play with them, you can feed them food, you can get with them in a swimming pool, which Parul actually did. So that I think was a more satisfying experience than rather than looking at a tiger caged and then taking a selfie with it. So my recommendation would be to rather check out the elephant sanctuaries, which are spread across Phuket, and you will find these beautiful huge elephants which are really, really friendly. So go check it out. By this time we were really hungry, so the next stop was to get some food in the system. So we decided to go to a hilltop view restaurant where you could see the entire beach line of Kata Nui Beach, Kata Beach and then the Karen Beach. I'll mention the name of the restaurant in the description below. Do check it out. I think it's one of the fabulous places to see a beautiful view while you're having a meal in Thailand. And of course, you should definitely have a Singa beer, which is their local beer, and the taste is also amazing. And finally, to my favorite destinations, what I came all this way for, head to the beaches, the beautiful beaches of Phuket. Now you can choose between the Kata Beach, Kata Nui Beach, Karen Beach or Freedom Beach. These are the 4 beaches that I liked during my research. Of course, you can also check it out. And we opted for the Kata Nui Beach on the day that we were there. There were beautiful big waves on the Kata Nui Beach when we got there. The beach bed was for about 100 baht. The cheap drinks were there on the shacks right behind you. And the sunsets were totally free. Rise early, see the beautiful sunrise, get your heartbeat up with some yoga or some workout and get on with your day. It's time to have an early breakfast as your pickup will be arranged by the Banana Beach Koh Hey team from your hotel at about 8:45 am. With a 15-minute drive, you will arrive at the Chalong Pier, wherein you're going to check in with your Banana Beach Club team, and on arrival they will ask you for your preferred activities for the day and make you sign some waiver forms, etc. that are mandatory requirements. Oh, and yes, if you're a vegetarian, please do mention this to your hotel while you're making the booking so that they can arrange for vegetarian food at the Banana Beach Koh Hey Club. I think it's really important. It will help you get a nice meal on the beach, on the sand. After the registration, the guide is then going to walk you to the speedboat through the pier, which is going to take you to the Banana Beach on the Koh Hey Island. We then close in to arrive on the beautiful island of Koh Hey off the southern coast of Phuket. We get off the speedboat and walk on a floating bridge on water. There was a clear beach with white sand and light blue water, pristine. And you could walk till 100 meters and the water would barely come till your waist. Perfect. Next, we parked ourselves on the beach chairs and went for parasailing the first thing. It's a wonderful experience, and from the top you can see some beautiful ocean, some big fishes, and you stay up there for good 5 to 7 minutes, and the crew is well trained and very professional. Post the parasailing, we went for snorkeling on the speedboat. Such beautiful fishes and ocean life to see below the water. The team warned us of jellyfishes, so we didn't go snorkeling on the second stop they halted at. They are pretty dangerous and definitely not worth messing with. After snorkeling, it was time for kayaking, and we got this transparent kayak which we could take into the ocean and look below for the marine life. It was great. We kayaked for a good hour or so. Super hungry after our experience, we were served with some amazing Thai veg food, and you must try the Thai coconut water. It's out of this world. They're served chilled, and it has to be the best tasting coconut water ever. Post lunch, we went for a dip in the ocean, walked around the island and saw a beautiful hornbill bird hanging so close to us. It was such an amazing experience. But a big caution here is that the sun is going to drain you and you must keep yourself hydrated, as well as use a lot of SPF cream on your body. Boy, did our driver deliver. He dropped us to this beautiful, huge massage place called the Suko Massage, which is about 3 kilometers from our hotel, which was Villa Solitude. And we opted for a Thai massage for 1.5 hours, both me and Parul, and it was really beautiful, relaxing. You must try it out. It cost us about 600 Thai baht per person. Post the massage, hunger striked, and we went to this beautiful cafe right next door, which was called V Cafe. This is basically a farm to table cafe, and they have this huge place where they've grown actual veggies and fruits, and they would pick from the farm, serve it to you to the table. I think it's a great concept. The food was absolutely fresh. We ordered some make your own salad. We had a mozzarella and tomato cheese sandwich, which was amazing. And then the dessert had strawberry ice cream, which was made from fresh strawberries grown right on the farm next to us. Again, my suggestion would be to wake up early, see the sunrise, take a dip in your private pool, or you can even enjoy the community pool at Villa Solitude. That is also a very good view. And then it's time for checkout, and then you can head to Rasada Pier, which is about a 15 to 20 minute drive from the hotel, and it will cost you about 500 baht. Alright, so from Rasada Pier, it was time to catch our speedboat, which was about a 1.5 hour journey to Koh Lanta, heading via PP Islands. Speedboat cost us about 3,300 baht per person, which is a return journey. That's about 7,000 rupees per person. Koh Lanta is located in the Krabi province of Thailand and is about 1.5 hours away from Rasada Pier in Phuket. That's by the speedboat, or 2.5 hours by the ferries. We arrived in Koh Lanta at about 2 p.m. local time, and we were picked up by our transportation, which was arranged by our hotel, the Long Beach Chalet, which is 5-minute drive from the pier. This was a totally different experience compared to the luxurious villa that we were at, and here we hit the beach and the sand right when we got onto our resort. We paid about 7,000 Thai baht for our stay for 3 nights at Long Beach Chalet. I think it was completely worth it, and we opted for a garden front villa. So on day 1 in Lanta was time to relax and unwind on the beach and the pool, eat lunch at Lim's Bar. You can take a dip in the ocean, sip some coconut water or cocktails on the beach beds, see the beautiful sunset, play some beach volleyball. What a day! Later that day, we went to meet a friend who I met on WhatsApp before arriving in Koh Lanta. I actually saw and found this Indian restaurant being run by a Nepali guy called Santosh. You can check it out. It's called Himalayan Restaurant, which is down south the island of Koh Lanta. You'll get some amazing home food if you like, and you're missing it already, like my wife did. Scooters are pretty cheap to rent in Koh Lanta. They cost about 200 Thai baht. They don't even ask for registration or license or anything. You can just ask your hotel and the guy will come and drop the scooter. Just make sure that you click the photographs so that there is no discrepancy when you're returning it back to the vendor. We luckily found this 2-island tour, as I told you, the Koh Ha and Koh Rock Island. This costed us about 1600 baht per person, and then there was a 400 baht per person fees for the national park on the Koh Rock Island. Day 5. Rise early at 6 a.m, head to the beach, make sure that you catch the sunrise, take a dip in the ocean, do some stretches, wake up your body, mind and soul. Have an early breakfast at the buffet spread, which is really amazing at the Long Beach Chalet. Then your pickup will be arriving at about 8:45 a.m. to take you to the pier for your boat ride to the island tour. From the beach where your speedboat picks you up, it takes you about 1 hour to get to Koh Rock Island, which is also the national park. So we stopped for 35 to 40 minutes each when we arrived at the Koh Rock Island for snorkeling, and it was a really beautiful experience at both these spots. We saw some marine life down on the sea floor, which is about, I think, 10 to 12 feet deep where we were snorkeling. After snorkeling, we parked the boat on the backside of the island, and then we walked towards the front of the island to have some lunch. And if you're a vegetarian, again a reminder to tell your tour operator a day before to have veg meals ready for you while you're going for lunch. Now secondly, the one thing that we saw was a lot of plastic had come onto the shores of the island while we were walking. It was a very disheartening scene to see. So my advice and recommendation would be to not drop plastic anywhere. If you're using it, please make sure you bring it back with yourself and leave it in a recycle bin. Next was a ride to the Koh Hey Islands, which was a 30-minute boat ride from the Koh Islands. There basically it's an amalgamation of 4 islands which have popped up in the ocean, and between that there is some space where the water is very choppy, but you can get down. There's a safe limit being marked by a rope, and you can snorkel inside. You also get to see sharks, small baby sharks there. Our Dutch friends actually spotted a baby white shark, so I'm gonna get the footage from my friend soon and share it with you guys. Now you have the day to yourself, relax on the beach, chill, have a good time, watch the sunset, have some cocktails and finish your day off in the pool. By 10 a.m. you should head out of your hotel ideally, and on your scooter of course. And while you're taking your scooter, I recommend you take a bag for yourself for the day, in which you can pack a change for yourself, a fresh pair of clothes, a beach towel, a sunscreen for sure, and of course your local currency. Our first stop was the old town of Koh Lanta, which was down south, and it was about a 40-minute drive from our hotel at Long Beach Chalet. I think it's a must-visit place. You will see some really old houses there which have been constructed on the water with wooden pillars. So it's a fascinating architectural site to see. The market is basically filled with some seafood cafes and local Thai food, and you can also shop for souvenirs, etc. Like magnets would be one of the things that you can pick up. We went to this place called the Diamond Cliff. I think an amazing experience and a sunset that you will never forget. Fabulous food, amazing view of the Nui beach and the ocean out front. You must try the salt caramel dessert, rosé drink, egg fried rice with Thai curry, spicy one of course. And their seafood looked amazing, but me and my wife, both being vegetarians or vegetarians, it wasn't for us. Well, after this fabulous sunset from Diamond Cliff, you can then head back to your resort, chill in the pool, order some cocktails at lim bars that are served to you right on the pool side. What a way to end the day. So we opted for a hotel very close to the Central Phuket Festival Mall, because last day was mostly for souvenir shopping and gifts for family and friends. So that's the place that we chose. It was called Travelog. It was a brand new hotel, very nicely done. I think it was perfect for one night stay and your transfer to the airport. So we literally checked it to our hotel, and then there was a free drop to the Central Festival Phuket Mall, after which we explored the mall, had some amazing food in the street market there. I had some sushi for myself, while Parul had some pizza. So we went to this market called the Chevy Market, which was I think a very cool spot for great street food, good music, live music around, and then the shopping experience was not that great. It was more of a Sarojini or a Janpat kind of vibe, so we couldn't find much stuff there. And then finally we head to the Phuket Old Town, which was I think one of the best experiences for the last day that you can have. The architecture is really good, so it's a different experience. You can get a lot of souvenirs from the local shops here and try this restaurant called F Restaurant. It is an amazing Turkish restaurant. I will leave a link in the description below for you to check it out. We had some amazing Turkish food, and the ice cream was to die for. I woke up early, hit the gym to start shedding that vacation weight that I put on. It's so important to get back in the frame of mind that okay, vacation is now over, time to get back to business. We left from our hotel at about 10:30 a.m. for our flight, which was at 1:30 p.m. local time. So do keep that time at your hand when you arrive at the airport. The queues could be long, and of course it was a packed flight back to Delhi. So we did experience a long queue at the airport. It took about 1.5 hours to check in. So make sure that you fill in your Air Suvidha form, which is a mandate by the Indian government. Any international tourists traveling from Southeast Asia have to fill this form before they arrive in the country. And it is mandatory to get your boarding pass as well. Alright friends, that's it for this video. I hope you liked this first ever travel vlog that I made. I know it was pretty lengthy, but I did want to give out as much information as I could about my trip, so that whenever you're planning your trip to Thailand, I think it's one of the most beautiful countries that you can visit close to India. I would even suggest that it's an alternative to Goa. The beaches are better, the hospitality is way outstanding, and so are your experiences and the staff that is trained for doing any kind of activities, etc. And now that you've watched this video all the way to the end, it's time to reward you with a bonus tip. So here it is. I recommend that you take your local Thai currency from India itself, because that's where you're going to get the best exchange rate. I think it is about 2.3 INR for each Thai baht, while when you reach Thailand, it's going to be more about 2.1 or 2.2, and you lose money while exchanging currencies. So make sure you estimate your expenses. Some of them can be done on your credit cards, but most of it you should take cash and exchange them here in India. Alright friends, thanks a lot for tuning in. This is me, Rahul Padesra, signing out, and I would love to hear from you about your experience of watching this vlog and if I should make any more. I'm planning a trip to the south of France, the Netherlands and Germany end of this year around my birthday. So if you want me to make a vlog again about it, I would love to hear from you, and maybe then I'll prepare better and shoot better this time. See you guys next Thursday at 9:15 AM, and until then, remember friends, life is more fun when you're at the top of your game.